Yo, what's the deal? You're watching the Platinum Experience podcast. I'm your boy, full-time Kevin. We about to get into the rapid questions.
Canon or Nikon, and why?
All right, so I was gonna disrespect, but I'm gonna sway to Canon just because that's where I started. I started with a Canon. No, if you know what you're doing, then you can get busy with anything. But yeah, I'm with the Canon side, but Sony all day.
Prime lens or zoom lens for the rest of your life?
I'm gonna have to go with Zoom. I started with all primes, but I feel like this Zoom that I recently got, 70 to 200 G Master, kind of changed my life. So yeah.
All right.
Zooms.
Sunrise or sunset shots?
I'm gonna go sunrise. I'm gonna go sunrise because ain't nobody out there like that. I ain't gotta worry about nobody else. It's more peaceful. It's more calm. Everybody chasing the sunsets, but the sunrise.
All right.
I'm rocking with that.
All right. Would you rather shoot in extreme cold or extreme heat?
That's tough. That's tough. Probably cold. You can still make cold look fly a little bit, like
Right.
whether what somebody's wearing.
Mhm.
So like with heat, is nasty. You sweaty. You can't take your skin off. Like you can always take
Not the skin.
layers of clothes, like put more clothes on. So yeah, I'm extreme cold, I guess.
Black and white or color?
Man, they serve two different purposes. I gotta go with color. You gotta see what the world has to offer. We gotta go with color.
All right. Manual or autofocus?
Auto, easy,
All
auto.
right. Film or digital?
I've never shot film, so digital.
If you could take a portrait of any person, living or dead, who would it be?
Sheesh. I've seen. I recently was inspired by some Muhammad Ali stuff that I've seen recently.
Yeah.
I love sports, love boxing. Off the top of my head, yeah, probably Muhammad Ali or maybe Kendrick Lamar performance.
Flash photography, love it or hate it?
Oh yeah, I'm all day, all camera flash. I can shoot natural light, but yeah, we using flash.
What's the weirdest thing you've done to get a shot?
Lay down in the middle of the street, maybe that. Like just hey, watch out. I'm about to try this. I'm about to
You got to get that shot.
Yeah.
Any means necessary. What's the most underrated photography accessory?
Dang, that's a good one.
Underrated.
A tripod. A tripod is underrated because a lot of times you'll see, your photographer just holding it however they want, up to their face, out in the open. But more recently, I've had my camera on the tripod. And everything just stays set. So yeah, I maybe an ND filter too. But I don't know. Dang, that's tough. I'm mad.
Because I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you tripod always or never. But you kind of answered that question for me.
Not really.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of stuff that I'm doing where I would never bring a tripod, but I feel like a tripod is underrated because it's not really brought up much when talking about photography.
All right. If your family was a TV show, what would it be?
Raising Kevin.
Raising Kevin. Okay. All right. If you do have a family tradition, which one? Well, you know what? Let me take that out. Let me skip that. What's the most creative way you've solved a family dispute?
I don't feel like we solve family disputes for real. I think we just go our separate ways and then it pops back up. Yeah, I'm about to say we don't. I don't feel like we do a good job as Black people in general solving family issues.
Okay.
So sorry for.
No, that's
sorry for that answer.
No. One place you'd love to take your family on vacation.
I got a lot of places. Honestly, like I would like to take them to Vegas. Vegas is one of my favorite spots that I've ever been.
I love Vegas.
So probably Vegas. They got the mountains, they got the desert, they got the lights, the buildings. There's so much to see where you don't have to drink or gamble or whatever. And then I would like to take them to another continent, whether that be Africa, Australia, even somewhere in Asia. But I want to take them on like field trips. Yeah. So yeah, almost like anywhere out the country or possibly Vegas. Yeah.
All right, that's what's up. What or who is your all-time favorite basketball player?
That's a messed up question. Sheesh. I wanted to be AI my whole life.
Sure.
But it's probably LeBron, man. It's probably LeBron. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
LeBron it is. All right. If you could attend any basketball game in history, which one would it be?
Probably that Game 7, the Warriors Cavs, that 2016 finals. It was Father's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
Yeah. Probably that.
All right. Which is more exciting, a buzzer beater or a dominant blowout win?
The buzzer beater. Except for when it's my team playing, I guess. I want my team to get it over with. We can sit, get the starters out the game. But yeah, buzzer beater all day.
All right. Who do you think is the most underrated player in the NBA today?
Right now?
Right now.
Man, I'm really not watching much ball. For real. Emmanuel quickly.
Which is your favorite basketball movie?
Favorite.
Or, you know what? Let's rephrase it. What basketball movie is the best to you? Space Jam, Hoosiers, or He Got Game?
Probably Coach Carter.
Coach Carter. That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh man. Dunk contest or 3-point contest?
Dang. Dunk contest. Yeah.
Okay. Outdoor basketball or indoor?
I'm a fan of outdoor for real. Like, I mean, people say it's hard on your body and all that stuff. Of course, you don't want to take a fall. We got the double rims outside. Mm-hmm. But there's something about like that run, like that. I don't know if you can get you a good, spring, like good weather to like. I like out. I mean, we're older, so we need to play indoor, but outdoor. Don't sleep on the outdoor ball.
All right. If you could change one rule in basketball, what would it be?
No out of bounds. No. A rule I would change.
It could be college or NBA.
Dude, I'm not a ref. I'm a hooper. I don't really know.
Mm-hmm. Anything that stick out that you'd be like, man, I wish this was a little different.
That's a tough question. I'm sorry. I don't know a rule I would change in hoops. Hey, I'm drawing a blank because I'm thinking timeouts, I'm thinking fouls, I'm thinking like everything. I feel the game is well done. Like I don't feel like when I'm playing, I'm like, man, I wish we could change that.
All right. Yeah. Last question: if you could eat one food the rest of your life, what would it be?
I would say a potato. I'll say a potato because I can have French fries, I can have tater tots, I can have hash browns, I can have mashed potatoes, I can have a baked potato. I can keep flipping it over and over again. So I would probably go with potato.
Man, great answers, man. Good. What up? It's your boy Platinum J, and this is the Platinum Experience Podcast. I'm your host, as I said before, Platinum J. Got my man Kevin Ewing, aka Full-Time Kev. What's up, man?
What's good, man? What's the deal? So look, let me get this out the way.
Okay, jumping straight to it.
Yeah, let me get this out the way.
Talk.
I'm proud of you.
All right, I appreciate that.
Taking this thing serious. You got your look. You care about the aesthetics. You got your camera and all that, right? Yeah. The sound, the mics, all that. So good work.
Thank you, man. I'm trying.
Yeah, man, because people they let stuff get in the way, and you haven't let stuff get in the way. So keep No,
I appreciate it, man. I'm trying, man. Like this whole podcast thing and idea and in the space to be able to talk and just me and you, we've known each other for a long time and we got stories for days. We got stories for days, man. But I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you being part of my journey. And speaking of journeys, man, let's jump into yours, man.
Hold on. I'm gonna cut you off again. What do you want? So you got a fan base. What do you want people to get from this? Why do you have me here? Why am I here? What do we?
All right,
because then I can we can make the show whatever we want.
Right.
So let me know what.
All right, no, cool. So my perspective, reason you're here, sir,
let me know,
is because I've watched you grow.
Okay.
From high school to where you are today.
All right.
I've seen your ups, I've seen your downs.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So I can't lie. I can't get on here and lie.
I mean, I might correct you,
Okay.
but you know, depending on what it is.
All right.
But I feel like you yourself have a personal and a business story to tell.
Okay.
From you know, how have I known you from, you know, being a high school basketball star, a prom king. I wasn't even close, but he won. But I just feel like, man, you got a lot of notes and wisdom to,
all right,
you know, explore and let people know how it is.
Dish, you know, drop some gems. Okay.
Well, first and foremost, man, we might work our way backwards a little bit, but congratulations on being a business owner.
Appreciate it.
Congratulations of.
Shoot, matter of fact.
Yeah, go ahead. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at?
Get comfortable real quick. Yeah.
Shout out to Harford Haven.
We at Harford Haven Studio, man. It looks beautiful. It sounds good.
Yes.
There's so much more we got coming. Whoa, that's crazy. We got a lot in store for everybody. So pop through, come check us out.
Yeah, man, this is an incredible. Honestly, I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for the space. You know what I mean? The encouragement just to see what he's doing, him and his wife, him and his partner. You know, it just encouraged me to make sure I'm on my P's and Q's as well. You know, but how's it been so far? You guys been open what?
Probably about 3 months now.
3 months?
Yeah, probably about 3 months. So it's been a wild experience so far. Like we've gotten like respect and love and support from strangers. They came through to the ribbon cutting. We've also seen them in different like other spaces, and they show mad love. So that part's been kind of cool, but it's also like, yo, who are y'all and why do y'all care? But yeah, I'm more of the person that's always been like competitive. And so linking up with another photographer was kind of like, well, we about to like merge and make it. So he's kind of been like, yo, it's more cooperation than competitiveness. We're gonna work together and make this work. And so far so good. So yeah, it's been cool.
Well, right now with you know, you guys been open for 3 months. I know that me and you have spoke that you have a lot of different projects, you know, going on. Is there something current right now that's your passion that you got coming up that you wanna?
So right now, the biggest thing is the Think Big, Act Bold Women's Empowerment Business Conference. That's March 16th. We got 8 incredible speakers. We're gonna have a panel of ladies. Like it's all women speakers. So I've been trying to invite the homies through because who don't want a woman that knows what she's talking about? You know, like
I think that's dope, man. I'm
definitely in there, man. You know, it's gonna be like all male vendors. Like we helping out, we showing love, showing support. So that's like the big thing. I also have an intro to studio photography workshop coming up next week. I don't know when it's going to air, but that is February 18th. We're gonna be showing, you know, whether you need a a refresher or if you brand new to studio photography, we're gonna be showing you how to use these lights, these cameras, and taking action.
That's what's up, man. I love all these success stories, but without success, there's also failure.
Yeah.
Right. So, can you tell me about a failure that eventually led to success?
Shoot, man. So it's like I'm learning and earning right now. I'm learning and earning. So I even say yesterday I might have took a L. I had like a throwback portrait event. I had mad people saying, "Yeah, like that's a great idea. Let's take it back. We're gonna wear these clothes. We're gonna do all this stuff."
Yeah, right.
I ain't booked no session.
Oof.
I mean, I booked 2, but I had a bunch of slots open, and it was just like, oh, all right. Like if these 2 sessions bring 4 more people for my next one, for later down the line, then I'm cool. Like I feel like a lot of times people need to see stuff in motion and then they jump on. So I mean I've taken L's like with the photo booth. I like some of it is just like being prepared. It teaches you, show up. Like if you're showing up on time, you basically late. Like show up early, show up prepared. A lot of times, even when we're like charging for certain stuff, you're like, "Damn, you gonna charge me $300 an hour?" I'm like, you don't know what I'm doing at home to get ready to deliver everything that we have for you. So
I think that process is, I feel like in anything, that's how I feel with dance. You know what I mean? When I'm like, hey, can you choreograph this? Or and I give them, my rate is 75 an hour.
Yeah.
Well, I still got to get there. I still got to come up with a concept. I still got to figure out how many people that I'm teaching. It's
Shoot, and
a
then you kind
process.
of like, I feel like you would be managing personality, self-esteem.
Correct.
Like some people don't want to come out of their shell a little bit to
Yeah.
just, you got the talent.
Yeah.
You should be able to put it on display.
Right, and it's a mental thing, going into a lot of different things. But let me go ahead and piggyback off of that. As a photographer, man, what is your creative process in general? Like, what do you do to get prepared for those shoots, or is it something that you need to eat before you go to a photographer shoot? Like, what is your creative process?
So a lot of times I'm not even necessarily trying to be creative for myself. It's always trying to hit the target for the for whoever the client is.
Okay.
So I'm like, hey, what are you looking for? Is it maternity? Is it a headshot? Is it a family session? And then once we establish what kind of photography it is, it's like, okay, have you seen something that you would like to emulate, bring back to life, recreate something like that? And so I'm just taking their examples. If they're not giving me anything, I'm showing up to the location, and if I see blue skies, green trees, and I'm basically, I see stuff in like layers and levels and stuff like that. So it's listening to probably a bunch of ratchet stuff on the way to the shoot, eating gummies, on the way there, and then I show up, I do my thing, and then it's a whole another creative process once I'm back in the edit. So it's basically taking what I took and seeing it, and I don't know, it's just kind of like locking in. I create some crazy stuff when I'm in isolation.
So I know, obviously from high school and things like that, but what transpired for you to get into photography to begin with, from where I've known you from high school, being a basketball star that you are, and you still got some hooping left in you. I've seen it.
It's raps. it's over.
But what made you go into photography?
I started writing music probably like 14, 15 years ago. Shoot, maybe even further back than that. It was around the time my son was born. It was just, I didn't even know if I was like writing music. It was kind of like venting, putting stuff together. It rhymed or whatever. It was probably more like poetry. And then I was like, oh, with my brother making beats, like I'll try to figure out how to ghostwrite, because I had the talent. I didn't want to put it on display. You can definitely write. Yeah, I had the talent. I didn't want to put it on display. So it's just me. So I probably became a photographer because I was scared to like really be able to have someone tell me whether my music was good or bad. But you were dancing. I had, we had an artist, somebody drawing and painting, and we had my brother making beats and stuff like that. And I was like, man, one foot in the door, and we just follow that person in. But like through people who had different work ethic, different idea what success is, what goals are. That kind of fell through, but through trying to learning the camera, because I'm like, we'll just document it.
Right.
I got the camera and was like, oh snap, it's not just hit record. It's lighting, it's settings, it's different things like that. And so, Mike, who we went to high school with,
shout out to Turtle.
He was the first person I seen with a Mac. He was the first person that I seen with a camera, and he was like, yo, it's money in this. Like, of course, if it's a hobby, cool. But if you want to learn it, you got to learn it through experience. Whenever you're off work, come to the wedding, come to the photo shoot. He's had me come to the house. We've shot stuff like shot water bottles in his bedroom, load the SD card into the computer. He's showing me you can like individually change colors and all that. So it was one, I don't know, like a friend just seeing that I had some kind of talent. And then it was me buying expensive stuff and my wife saying, yo, you either going to do this or you're not going to do it.
So, well, I want to speak on that because like I said, I've seen your growth from high school, and us working the same jobs. What was it, 3 or 4 jobs back to back? That mean you pretty much had the same job. But to see your growth from where you started to where you are now, and then especially where the world is, where technology, everybody wants the best picture. They want, to be seen in a certain way where it's just like, sometimes a cell phone isn't good enough.
Yeah.
I need a photographer.
Yeah.
I want to be the next model. I want to be this.
Mm-hmm.
And you're providing that service
Right.
as you're growing and learning to create those aesthetic those people want,
Mm-hmm.
you know, from your service. So that's why I was just like, I was always curious because I've watched you, and then one minute, you know, you're taking pictures of me or your family members or your kids, and the next time I know, I'm like, oh, this dude good.
Yeah, man. I got flown out the country, got flown to Florida, got
Vegas.
Yeah, flown to Vegas. It's been incredible where my camera has taken me. And I definitely I mean, I just spoke at a conference at Towson University, and like to be on stage in front of people, and I didn't even speak on photography. Like that's the bigger thing.
Yeah.
Like for me, like not to say anybody can talk photography, but it's a mindset. Like it's so much stuff I had to get through to get to where I am, even to be on camera, to go through stuff one take. I know he has a memory of me freezing up on camera and
multiple takes.
Yeah, over and over and over. Like
you have to to be honest, we can even talk about this. You finally, correct me if I'm wrong, you finally got your name right because you couldn't figure out, is it just Kevin Ewing? Is it full-time Kev?
And shoot, that actually that was given to me at a job. That name was given to me at a job, actually, one of my last jobs.
Yeah.
We were there, and everybody was like seasonal.
Yeah.
And like my work ethic, I was the first person of like that group to go full time. So
there you go.
The whole time they was like, "Yo, man, full time Kev, we proud of you, man. You full time." But then it ended up becoming my entrepreneurship. My photography became my full time.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, man, I'm always me. I don't never put on the front, put on the act. When I'm with my kids, my wife, the homies, like I'm always me. So it ended up being like, oh, you are you, like all the time, like.
But look, you know what's crazy though? Let's stick with that word full time, and let's go back to what I said earlier. We had the same jobs for like the longest time.
Okay.
I don't think you really miss work unless you really had to, because you walk to work all the time.
Yeah.
And at the longest job that we stayed at was at Regal, the movie theater. So full time has always been his thing because you've always showed up. You've always showed up to work. Even I was late. And I lived around the corner with a car. But but I want to go into this quick story real quick because I feel like the people need to know this.
Dang.
So back then, throwing our age out there, he had a Palm Trio as a cell phone, and I think the one phone was broke or whatever the case was. It was 2 microwaves in the lunchroom. I ended up putting it because I thought I was playing. I was playing, but I got the 2 phones confused because one was broke and one was like working. I put the working one in the microwave, and I turned it on.
Deep fried my phone.
It was an accident. I wanted him to think that I was gonna do it, but then my bad. Yeah, still, till to this day, my bad.
Air fried my Sanyo 8100. But next question, man.
My bad. I'm gonna say that again. My bad.
Appreciate your apology, man. It takes a grown man to apologize.
2 microwaves on top of each other, man. I don't know why they had 2 anyway. Nah, man. But anyway, man. As I've said, man. Again, appreciate your growth, man. How does it feel to have this business in your family? How do you balance what your goals are, what your family goals are, what your family goals are?
I think a big part of it is writing, like writing it out. There's stuff that I've written out like maybe 2 years ago that's coming true like right now. So a lot of times I tell people write their goals down. I tell people, write the things that you want in your life. Like you are basically creating the story. You're creating this. Like the only way that me and you were talking is because you said I want a podcast.
Yeah.
I want it to look a certain way. I want we're here because I was like, oh, like we're gonna partner up. Like your thoughts become things.
Yeah.
So a lot of that has to do with like this detaching from your devices and like really locking into what you want out of life, because there's so many things that's going to distract you. So on the family thing, I'm happy they get to see me doing something. Like it's dope that they get to come in here, run around, see us create all that kind of stuff, and make stuff happen. So the balance, they're here a lot.
Yeah. But it's cool though, like you said, the fact that they get a chance to see how you work, and then if anything, maybe something in them get inspired.
Yeah,
what
definitely,
you're doing.
definitely. My daughter's always in here with some poster boards. She's even, she's recorded her own videos. She want to do like a studio tour, stuff like that. So yeah, them getting to see their parents do stuff, do stuff different. Like they don't remember me or my wife having a job.
That's dope. Though.
So that part is like real cool. So yeah.
What do you? And well, I was gonna say this too as well, because I think as long as I've known you, man, and even with Megan, that you guys are teaching your kids as they're growing up how to, be successful, the good part and the bad part, and then in the midst of it, also how to run a business, how to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I know that with your oldest Justice, he's learning, but you're also making him understand, hey, you could go to college.
Yeah.
Or you can do this.
Yeah, he don't have to. I was gonna say, so I actually, throughout everybody's life, they're given examples on how to do stuff and how not to do things.
Right.
My wife, she had got amazing grades, got a bachelor's degree, worked a federal government job, and they saw that lifestyle. Me, I kind of wandered and went in these warehouses. Was failing at school, and not in high school, but like I just didn't really like school. I'm like, these tests and stuff don't determine my intelligence or whatever like that.
But that's how we're
right. So
supposed to be wired in a sense.
But so they're getting to see two different lanes of making stuff work, and so I want them to know we are supportive regardless.
Yeah. No, that's how I feel. With anything, especially when it comes to your kids and things like that, just being supportive, just saying, hey, hey, I did this. Nothing's perfect, but I worked through this. So what is your as a businessman though?
Yeah.
What is your ultimate goal right now? Do you have that written out? I know you said about written things out, but do you have
it's written out? So the main thing is like financial freedom. Yeah. Like I want my money making money for me.
Sure. You want to make money while you sleep.
Yeah. I want to be able to make money while I'm not present. Every time that I am somewhere right now, like that's the only time I can make money.
Yeah.
Whether I'm at a photo shoot, whether I'm at a photo booth, stuff like that. I want this place, whether it's a wedding being shot here, whether it's a podcast being shot here, and I don't have to be here, whether it's a workshop being taught. I want to. We're getting to the point where, there's passive income coming in. So like that's like the biggest thing for me right now, being able to not stress over the monthly bills, living check to check, month to month. Right. But also being able to, have a legacy of passing stuff down to my kids. Because I was like heavy in these video games, like real heavy. Like to where I'm like in the mirror, like, Kev, you're wasting your life away. Like
being productive.
Yeah, like and once I like calculated the hours of how much time I'm spending like playing video games, I'm like, yo, I can't pass BC on to my kids when I pass. Like I want to be here longer than I'm here. Like.
So with that being said though, how do you handle the pressure of being pressure of success and the expectations that come with it? Like how do you handle the pressure of that?
Cry. No, it's hard, man. Like there's a lot of times when I'm like, yo, I don't know how I'm going to make this happen, make this work. But it's just believing, like man, I'm gonna keep putting this work in. I'm gonna keep trying. The journaling, putting stuff in my phone. That's the way that I vent a little bit. But yeah, a lot of times it's just almost like blind faith. Yeah. Like almost every day, I'm like taking a step in the dark. I feel like I'm like walking blindly a lot of times.
Yeah.
And then it's not all me. Like I'm leaning on my wife. Like my wife knows what we're trying to do. So, you know, she's that support too. She's the one that told me to quit the job. She's the one that told me that, we can make this work. So having a dope partner can definitely, be that strong backbone you need when you be wanting to quit.
Yeah.
I didn't want to quit mad times, all the time.
Listen, man, I think overall, support system in anything is important.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think that, if you don't have that, of course you're going to get discouraged. And I think anybody can get discouraged for any reason, but being discouraged on something, but not having that support system can make sure that discouragement continues. Yeah. But if you have that proper support system, you're going to keep going. You're going to fail. Everybody's going to fail. Like it's part of life. But getting back up and trying again and making adjustments. I think a lot of people don't understand that.
Right.
Even now we're doing all of this, but I'm making adjustments as I go to get to the point where I'm being successful, and then look back and be like, man, I remember I did that. Oh, that looks crazy. But I'm
it's better to have tried it than to not have tried it, because if you don't try it, you failed at it anyway.
Right.
Right. So yeah, it's I definitely applaud anybody that at least takes the chance to try to make something happen that they want to work. Because man, like fear, it will beat you down. Like fear, it be killing people.
Nah, it's one of those things, man. It can definitely discourage, especially because of social media is out there. People looking at that, people comparing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? All day. Like you can't really compare. You gotta, when it's your time, it's your time. You can't rush the process. At the end of the day, So, I only got one more last question for you, bro. Again, as always, I'm proud of you. I appreciate everything that you're doing and what you're going to continue to do, and how you continue to help others, especially in Harford County. And continue to, be the best version of yourself, man. Inside the photography field, your family life, man. I'm learning a lot from you, regardless if I mention a lot, but I am.
Yeah.
My last question is, what is your favorite episode of the Martin Show?
My favorite episode of Martin gotta be when he got the speeding ticket.
Yeah.
He got the speeding ticket, and he was acting a fool. Like, there's so many different amazing parts of that episode, from the lawyer, from him telling the lawyer he didn't need him, from him going into the courtroom thinking he was going to win this case by himself, bringing his friends up, all their reaction and response, them breaking character, GTD.
If you know, you know.
Yeah. That's probably my favorite episode. Yeah.
All right, man. Well, I mean, last thing you want to say to people, man? Your socials, your business.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and talk to Cam. It's your time.
Personal, if you want to get like the positive vibes, if you want to get, this life advice that I'm like figuring out for myself, it's Full-Time Kev on Instagram, TikTok, even YouTube. If you want to see the photography work, it's Kevin Ewing Photo. If you want to see the studio, it's Harford Haven Studio. But yeah, man, stop playing with your talents. Stop playing with it, because you got something you sitting on, and you need to stand up. No, but yeah, like stop playing, man, because you can do so much if you detach from your device, get off social media a little bit, and lock in. So
yeah, all right, man. That is the Platinum Experience Podcast. I'm your host, Platinum J. Full-Time Kev. Oh, appreciate it. That was good.